international 7 side. So this is going to be an interesting encounter. The French development side against the Scots. The Scots wearing the Hong Kong Scots wearing the white shirts. And right away, under a bit of pressure here. And the referee from South Africa, Mr. Van Rensen. And an opportunity for Scotland, the Hong Kong Scottish, to clear the lines, and they've gone right downfield with that kick. Oof, an absolutely massive hit there by Seru Rabeni. And the Scottish Exiles making a mark already. Oh, another absolutely massive hit this time. Lex Kaleka. And it looks as if it's turned this opportunity into a try-scoring chance. And dotted down in the far corner, number 7, Austin Smith. Absolutely fantastic hits by the Scottish Exiles. The French development team taken by the shock of it all. Lex Kaleka's hit, kick ahead by number 5 is Sam Hawking. Didn't manage to get a hold of it for the try himself, but number 1 actually, it's Ashcroft-Lay, Len Ashcroft-Lay, and a fine finish, Ben.
Yeah, some great intensity shown there by the Scottish Exiles boys. The big Pacific Islanders showing what their shoulders can do to you if you give them a chance. So great score.
Conversion is good by the Scottish international, former Scottish international Dan Parks. An outstanding servant for the Scottish national side, and doing his part for the Scottish Exiles, the Hong Kong Scottish Exiles, the Taikoo Place Scottish Exiles they're called. And they gave, they fought their way into the this cup, second cup quarter-final by a win over the Natixis Hong Kong Football Club last night. And that was tight, but they've started with some ferocity in this one. The Scottish Exiles with a big, powerful scrum.
Yeah, it's good to see the Scottish Exiles putting their hand up for the Hong Kong contingent as well, showing that.
So 16, Julien Sobade, and a break through the centre by Abalajedo. The cover across, offload to 16 is Sobade, and a quick post by the French development side there. Good combination between Paul Alabajeo and Julien Sobade. Great run, great stepping, and there we go. You see on camera there Alabajeo's run. He's running out of space, and the little offload to the back door, and good support by the scrum half Sobade. And we have a fascinating cup quarter-final here.
Yeah, great little.
And conversion is good. So all square, 7 minutes each.
Yeah, great little bust up the middle of the pitch there. Just made it look way too easy. Just got on the outside of his man, and the rest was history, as they say. And just not a bad little offload to finish it all off as well.
So the French development side back in this and kicking off, and it's taken well by Sam Hawking. Ball goes back towards Dan Parks, but he allows Jamie Farrendale to take it up. Farrendale, a Scottish Sevens squad member. Lex Kaleka on the far side there. And Parks kicking for territory. And it's a little bit wayward, and it's Renaud Delmas. And an opportunity here for the Scottish Exiles. 14 is Diggy Bird. And another big hit this time by Seru Rabeni. And this really fierce defensive work by the Scottish Exiles is making such a big difference in this match.
Yeah, showing that unless they've got the ball in space, they're going to be in some serious trouble. So, good pressure being applied by the Scottish Exiles boys, and they'll be looking for a very good opportunity here to put some points on the board.
So Dan Parks finds touch. Ball moved out towards Parks. Brings in Ali McClay, now playing with Glasgow Hawks. Park again waiting for the feed. They've kept it tight though. And in there at the moment is Harrison Tovey. It's gone wide. Parks again feeds it. Lex Kaleka, monster fend. But the referee judging that the pickup wasn't correct and a knock on. And so the Scots showing a lot of power in this particular match so far. And there is the figure of Kaleka. And so far, he and Seru Rabeni have put some very, very big hits on this French development side. 7-all. And we have 3.5 minutes left in this first half. The second Cup quarter-final. The Dragons, the BGC Dragons, winning through in that first against the French Pyrenees. Tiptoeing along the line there, always probably going to be in touch, and that has proved to be the case. Number 5, Sam Hocking, doing a good job there to take out Loic Jamez. And the Scots have the line out now, which Kaleka, traditionally a centre, playing in a hooker role. Throws good. Ashcroft Lay picks it off the top. Parks, little scissors pass to Ali McClay, who's well wrapped up in the midfield. Ball, no, not releasing the tackler. And the Scottish Exiles have a tap and another opportunity to go. Hocking powering forward. The French struggling to stop him. Ball comes good. Park again. 11 is Jamie Farndale, the Scottish Sevens player. Seemed a little flat-footed on that occasion. We come back for another penalty. And Rabeni fancied a bit of white line there. Went for it himself. Sensibly passing it on now to a teammate. Again, good work at the breakdown. Parks again, little ship and go. It doesn't work out. The French sweep across and cover that. And Scots will be keen to get their noses in front before half-time. We have just under 2 minutes now, so plenty of time to get something going on this one. Big scrum from the French development side. They haven't looked particularly strong in the scrummaging so far. Andrew Henderson, the scrum half for Scotland. Very impressive performance last night. That's in, and it's a messy scrum. The French looked as if the French had spun it, but I think the referee's decision that, yes, we can see now, not a straight put in. And it does seem as if from the number of free kicks that have been conceded over the course of this morning and this afternoon, that the referees have been told to make sure that put-ins are straight. The French slowly but surely making some really good yards here, but that's been stripped free. But an infringement, and looks like number 3, which is Oleg Ischenko, is suffering for the French development side. He's hobbling off the field. Referee Van Rensen has stopped the match for the moment. So the clock is still ticking on, and he's checking on with his assistant referee, who perhaps has seen something. But the French, and there looks like there's another player with looks as if a really bad ankle injury lying on the field. The referee is looking for a number of one of the Scottish Exile players, and this could be a problem. There's the number 3 hopping off.
And number 7 there just been shown the cheese.
And it's a yellow card for Austin Smith. Not entirely sure what happens on that occasion, but Austin Smith is off. We'll see it here perhaps. And Austin Smith comes across. Ooh, well, yeah, looked a little bit like a wasn't quite a forearm to the face, but it looks as if it was a shoulder to the face.
Yeah, I just don't think the
perhaps a little harsh.
yeah, I think the referee just didn't like the fact that he didn't wrap. I think so. I think it was a linesman's call, but no, that's the way it is. You got to go respect the referee's call, and that was perhaps a shoulder charge there.
So Amory takes it off the top of the line out, and crossing infringement. And Scotland down to 9 men. And Andrew Henderson decides to have half time. And the French number 7 there, who is the big figure of Jean-Baptiste Goblet, complaining about something. But we have a match which is tied 7-all between the French development team and the Taikoo plays Scottish Exiles, and a very, very tightly contested match here, Ben. On first half performance, who do you expect is going to win this one?
It's hard to pick, isn't it? I mean, the Scottish Exiles have been keeping the French boys well in their half and putting some serious shots on, like that one we just saw there. But good pressure being applied, and if the French boys can can weather the storm a bit, you'd perhaps fancy them. But the Scottish Exiles boys putting some serious pressure on, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And here is a rerun of that fantastic second, or the equalising try by the French development squad. Fantastic run from defence from Paul Albageo, and then supported well by the scrum half Julien Sobade, and a fine try to make it 7-all. The French have lost with what looks like a pretty bad ankle injury, Oleg Ischenko. Don't expect to see him back certainly on this match, and hopefully nothing too serious. The Scots are the Scottish Exiles, featuring Dan Parks, much capped Scottish international, is controlling things as best he can. For the Scots, they're also supported by a couple of players, Jamie Farndale, and got big Joe Naboo to come on in the wing as well if it becomes necessary. It looks like he's come on. So Ali McClay in the number 4 shirt, adding some power. And there's Dan Parks. Good height on the kick. This will give them a chance. Pop back, but well fielded by the French. Development side. The ball's come out on the Scottish side, and it looks as if it's been swept back onto the French side. So immediately we have an infringement. Although it's a scrum as opposed to a penalty. And this first scrum in the second half will be an important one. The Scots looking as if they've got the bigger weight advantage, and interesting to see how this develops. Maybe a marker for the rest of this second half. And again, the Scots pack is pushed back strongly. Parks again on a scissors move, and number 15 in is Andrew Henderson. So it is looked like a moment of uncertainty whether it was allowed, but it is allowed, and Andrew Henderson opens his account for today. The Scottish Exiles leading now by 15 points. Sorry.
A great little score there.
It is 12 points to 7 at the moment, and some confusion over a crossing, but it was a nice scissors. And Andrew Henderson, impressive yesterday. And Dan Parks, as you would expect for someone of his ability, knocking over the points. So we have a 14 points to 7 lead for the Taikoo plays Scottish Exiles. The only Scottish international being Dan Parks. But Ben, it was a fine, well-created try. Parks, little scissors with him, important.
Yeah, no, I think just a bit of confusion in the midfield for the French side, but should have probably made that tackle as a simple set-piece move.
So the French once again chasing the game. Agelabeo, good powerful run by number 11, who is Fidende, Jean-Charles Fidende, who looks as if he's been put on there to add some weight to the pack. spun across field. Nice little bit of stepping by number 14, who is Max Blanc. Ball retained. Goblet, miss pass, and a tackle. Ball still goes out to the far side there to Fidende. Patient play by the French, bringing it through the midfield. Alex Armory, and again a good little run, dart through the centre there by Albagero. Lespicao has gone down, the Quentin Lespicao. Little spin wide, Park makes the tackle in the midfield. Again, it's patient stuff by the French development side. That come off the knee, the referee's happy with that. Park in to try and steal that, not able to get away with that. The ball's moved wide by Girard. Opportunity on the scissors, the step, and it's an all or nothing tackle here, and it's a try for the French development team. The Scottish defence scrambling and protecting, stopping a couple of try opportunities, but the pressure proving too much, and some excellent development play there by the French side.
Yeah, some really patient rugby. Is a good build up and held on to the ball for a fair many phases, and really giving their just reward for the patient build up, and good score in the corner there for from the French development side with the kick to come.
So youngster Leo Girard is the scorer of that second French try. The conversion will be important, but it's been missed. It's been pulled just slightly past the left-hand post, and that gives the Scottish Exiles a 2-point margin. And that could be important in this particular match. So we have 5 minutes and 40 seconds left, so plenty of time for a whole lot of action here at the GFI Tens. This is the second cup quarter-final, and a good receipt of the ball by Jamie Farndale there, and the Scots. Rabeni and Parks kicks for touch. He's overcooked that one though, and that's gone right out on the full, and the French will have a line out some way back. Number 4, Johan Hamacher for the French, and a bit of a poor mistake there by Dan Parks.
Yeah, uncharacteristic, isn't it? I mean, the amount of games he's played for Scotland and put many of those balls into the corner and with absolute ease. So just a bit unfortunate to slice that off the side of the boot.
So good line out, and Lespiaco goes down, the French hooker. Moved wide. Scottish defence drifting neatly, and it's come up. Andrew Henderson's moved out and in. Ball back, and it's going to be picked up by Goblet, who's an important figure in this team. A big drive by Alex Armory. 6, Perrault lost forward and dived on it by Sam Hawking, who's not been as influential in this second half as he was in the first. Referee seeing the knock-on.
But once again, there, good pressure put on by Lex Kaleko, who's once again showed that he's got some big shoulders on him, and putting some serious pressure on the French players there and forcing the knock-on.
So we have the put in by Diggy Bird. That's all messy. It's ball's out now, and it's been snatched on the ground by the Scottish Exiles, but holding on and denying the opportunity to Fidende, and the referee's getting the yellow card out, and well, that's quite an important decision. He's coming across to speak to his assistant referee. Looks as if this might be a yellow card for the Scottish forward. Number 5, it seems, which is Sam Hawking. That's number 5 for the French. who is Julien Beziat. And after all this, the referee's struggling to work out who exactly he wants to see. It seems to be one of the French development team that is in some trouble. The referee taking his time to try and identify who, and he's going to give a yellow card. And it looks like it could be a bit of a mistaken identity here. The shock on the face of the try scorer, who is Leo Girard. Hard to say what exactly he did on that occasion, but he is in the bin, and the French trail by 2 points. Great touch finder this time by Dan Park, and takes it right up near the 22, the French 22. They have 2 minutes and 30 seconds or so left on the clock. Lex Kaleka. So Hawking up at the back. Henderson in the line, out wide, and the pace, and it's a powerful pace, and he's through, and it's a score for the Scottish Exiles. Fantastic finish by Jamie Farndale, turned on the gas out wide. Henderson and Farndale working that try well, and Scottish Exiles now leading by 19 points to 12.
Yeah, blistering pace there on the outside. Really should not have been able to make him that round the outside, but unbelievable stuff. And Scottish Exiles will be very, very happy with that, because they've really been under the pump the last few phases. So it's good for them to get out of their half and put some more points on the board. And just like that, it's looking like the game's swinging in their favour.
So Dan Parks, another conversion, and 21 points to the Scottish Exiles, only 12 to the French at this stage. But certainly with the seeding, you would have expected this to have been going the French Pyrenees 7th seeds, and with the Scottish Exiles 6th seeded. So perhaps this is going to form. Just looking at the notes, but certainly the French down to 9 men, it doesn't help. And Diggy Bird, unusual name, isn't it, Diggy?
Diggy.
That's the way it's written on the team sheet. But an important scrum with only 48 seconds left on the clock for the French development team. And Alabageo was threatening to do something there. The Scots offside, and here he is again, and he spins it wide. Former French Sevens international, and there's another fantastic run across field by Perrault. Is he going to manage to field this? Beautiful piece of football work. The ball bounces fantastically, and perhaps one of the most outstanding tries we've seen so far today. He wants the ball quickly, and he missed. He missed from underneath the post. So he's over-hurried there, but there is 4 seconds left. It's probably too late. Fantastic kick.
I think
followed it up.
Fortunately for him, it's inconsequential, but there we go. That's the ball game. But oh no, there's still time apparently.
So the referee has, well, we seem to have. Well, actually, I suppose the clock has been run on because of the confusion over the sin binning. So we have a situation where 21-17, so a score would be good enough here for the French development side. So they will be cursing missing the conversion, perhaps, but still the 5 points. Oh, we seem to be having.
Free kick, offside against.
Well, so we have, well, I think that pretty much ends the French hopes. An offside decision from the kick-off, and it's been pointed out by the assistant referee. Dan Parks will stick it over the top of the Forsgate stand, and Scottish Exiles, the Taikoo Place Scottish Exiles, have defeated the French development.